You keep doing me how you want. He's just minding the ball alone. But be careful and watch your tongue.
What's poppin' YouTube? It's your girl AP.
And Tony Tafar.
And we're back at it again. What's poppin'? Alright guys, so today's video is about vision boards. Vision boards and how to set your goals. So Tony and I went down to Officeworks and bought a whiteboard. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah, hold on. We bought a whiteboard.
On it right now it says at life goals 2K19.
We're just gonna give it an example. These are not our real goals.
We might put some of our real goals just to give you guys an idea, but we'll also put some other stuff down so everyone has a good idea of what you can and, well, there's no really bad idea. You can put whatever you want on there, pretty much. But this is what Tony and I do to keep ourselves motivated, to know what we want in life. People always ask us what keeps us motivated. What are our goals, personal goals? What other things do people ask us? How do we stay on track?
What keeps us motivated?
Yeah.
And what gives us the drive to keep going?
Yeah. So we thought, what better way to show you exactly what we do? So usually, before Tony and I met, Tony had his own vision board, and so did I. And pretty much on the vision board, you just write down your goals, what you want for yourself. There's no goal too big. If you can think it, then you can have it, pretty much. That's our mentality. I don't know if anyone knows about the law of attraction. We're big believers of law of attraction.
Got it tatted on me, mate.
Yeah, we're big believers.
See the eye? That's me to keep me focused. Vision. Clear vision.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, let's get started.
Okay, cool. So the first thing we did was just put a title on there, obviously, so when you see it. So the main purpose of a vision board, just quickly, is like to put things down in writing. So like, I'm pretty sure, I know there's a statistic somewhere, I don't know what it is, but it's something along the lines like if you write things down, it's more likely to happen. So that's the whole purpose of having a vision board. So you can write down your goals and speak them into existence, pretty much.
Also, one important tip. When you write down your goals, make sure you put it in a spot where you can see it every morning when you wake up.
Yeah.
So say if I'm laying in my bed, hold this. If I'm laying in my bed here, as you can see, I'm laying down, wake up, I'll put it somewhere like, you know, right there. I'm not going to hide it underneath stash over my bed, you know. I'm going to put it right there.
Yeah. So the purpose of doing that is so every morning when you get up, you subliminally see it. Not every time, you don't have to read it every day. As long as you just see it in the corner of your eye, it's in the back of your head all day, every day, constantly. So for me, before I had the whiteboard, I used to write it on my mirror. So every morning when I wake up and look in the mirror, I would see my vision board in front of me, my goals, and I'll just keep that in the back of my head. Tony was similar, he did something similar. So the first thing we're gonna do is just write down some goals. I know I'll put down one of our own personal goals for us. So I'll just write one. So one of our goals is for YouTube is to reach 100k subs. It's pretty self-explanatory. We want to grow as a channel and, I don't know, spread our love, positivity on YouTube and let people get to know us a bit better. Did you want to write one?
Yep, I do know, for example.
He's got the cutest handwriting.
Don't tease my handwriting, but you know.
He's cute.
Gain 500 followers each week. Oh, sorry. On IG.
So a good example of this right here, we've got one long-term goal and one short-term goal. So it's good to have both. It's good to have both long-term and short-term. The reason why having a long-term goal makes you set your mentality for long-term and short-term so you don't get lost along the way. Because if you just all do long-term goals, you're going to lose track and then you're going to get unmotivated because you're working towards something so far away. But if you set short-term goals along the way, you're more likely to, you know, keep going because you're going to hit those goals slowly, you know what I mean? As you're going towards those goals, you're going to get to your long-term goal.
So one thing for long-term goals, so say you've reached 100k subs on YouTube. So for that you got to break it down. You set small goals, pretty much like a stepping stone that will help you reach their goals. If you post up a video that's not getting much subs, you probably don't want to go for that idea. Go for the ones that, you know, are doing well and getting heaps of shares, likes, comments.
That's a really good idea. So another, like what he just mentioned as well, when you set goals, also look at your analytics of things as well. Like take in what you're doing, what is working, what isn't working. Like there's never no wrong idea. There's never no, like, you're only going to be learning every step of the way. So like I know for both of us, like both of our journeys when it comes to building a following, no wrong idea. Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna lose anything. You just have to try. That's
Try,
the main
keep
thing.
trying.
Just keep trying,
Good.
and don't ever feel disheartened if what happens doesn't work out for you. Like a big thing that I always used to say is failing forward. You can never fail backwards. Everything that you do, you just take that as a step forward. Because if you didn't take that step, you would never have known, is it gonna work or is it not gonna work? So always try, never not give up. There's no bad idea. Keep motivated and don't give up.
Also, another thing for those that follow me, Safar Bros official. Me and my brother, we do funny videos. People that just follow us now, you see it as a page where we just do stupid stuff. But before that, it was my page, Tony Safar. I was posting on random stuff. Like if I want to go out and eat, take a photo of my food, put it up. You know, I only had like, I think, not much followers. I had like 200 followers from doing that. Then I started doing training videos at the gym and stuff. I reached like 6K at the start of this year. So in January I was at 6,000 followers. So now we have 70K followers on Instagram, underneath the name Safar Bros. It all started from one of the videos I've done. I did in the kitchen, just for fun, you know. So one day I was just mucking around, you know, eating, and I was on a diet, and I decided to do one video where, I don't know, it was a funny video. It was like me taking food when I'm on a diet and trying to, you know, resist it, but you couldn't resist it. So
I remember that video.
yeah, that video. I put that up, and the
You went to
response,
sleep?
yeah. I went to sleep. I had a nap during the day, and I woke up. It was at 42,000 views on Instagram. So what the hell? Why is this thing so well? I looked at it. I'm like, well, you know. And heaps of comments, heaps of likes, you know, heaps of new people from Hawaii and stuff commenting on it. And I was like, well, if that's doing well, I'm gonna stick with that. Then I was like, oh, let me give this a try. The next 2 hours, I got the vacuum, and I started like, you know, I tried another funny video, you know. Even though I don't think I'm that funny, but I just tried. I was like, oh, let's see what happens. And I get more followers. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna stick with this, you know. And ever since that time, we've just been pumping out funny videos, me and my brother. I got my parents involved and stuff. And yeah, so like that's an example of something, you know. So if you see something do well, better, like, you know, that's what I mean. Try new things. I tried to be funny on that video, and that worked out for me. So now we got 70K followers. You know, I'm happy. I'm gonna aim to make it 100K by the end of this year. My original goal was to reach on my vision board. What's my vision board? Oh, I got my other vision board. My original goal was to reach 15K followers on Instagram, but now we're at 70K. So what I did was kill it. So like 15K was nothing. I went way past it. I figured tripled it, more than triple.
Yeah,
so
you did
yeah,
a really good job.
so yeah, keep trying new things. You know, you never know what. That video, like also the Jimmy Kimmel video of me doing the Shiggy challenge. I wasn't gonna post that. I didn't think it was that funny, you know. I sent it to Asia at that time. Was I with you?
No, we were friends.
We were just friends at that time. I sent it. I was like, "What do you think of this video?" She's like, "Yeah, post it." I wasn't gonna post it. I'm like,
You posted it, and then it was a little while after Jimmy Kimmel noticed it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even straight away. So another thing too, while we're on that, when you post something, you might think in your head, yeah, it's a great idea, and it doesn't get as good as a feedback as that you're hoping. Again, don't feel disheartened, because you never know what the future might hold. That little thing might open a door later on down the track. I know that's one thing I spoke to Tony about. Like, sometimes he'll do something and he might think it deserves more recognition or whatever. I'm like, don't let it dishearten you, because you never know, that one little thing might open a door later on down the track. You never know.
And that came up, like I made the Shiggy video, the Shiggy challenge, in my fitness challenge, like 1 month or 3 weeks before it went on the Jimmy Kimmel show. You know, so if I didn't post it, I wouldn't be on a Jimmy Kimmel show. I wouldn't be on, you know, on one NBA player liked my video, and some like pretty well-known people shared my video. And yeah, again, heaps of followers from that video. And to see myself on TV was like, well, imagine if I didn't post it. Imagine if Adrian said don't post it. I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't be on it. So yeah.
I know. When that happened, I was so excited. I felt like I was on Jimmy Kimmel. I was so happy for him.
Yeah.
I wrote a couple things down while Tony was talking. So, we've got some examples here. So, when you do your vision board, it doesn't always necessarily have to be about one specific goal. So, I've got save 50K in the bank. Your goals can be targeted towards anything. So, we've got like things like on Instagram, having money saved, owning a home, like life goals as well. So, that might be something you want to do, you know, in life in general. Also just getting fit, so like your body as well, that could be another goal. Like things to do with your own personal health and your lifestyle and the way you live. Another thing that I think is super important is also studying as well, like studying things that you want to improve in. Google, we always say this, like if you don't know the answer to something, Google.
Research.
Research, that's the next one. Research. Always research. You can never not have enough knowledge. And the last one is knowledge is power. And I know a lot of people have heard that saying before, and it is power. Knowledge is power, but it doesn't there's no point having knowledge if you're not going to execute. Execution is the key. So you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you're not going to execute and finish your plan, there's no point. So always make sure knowledge is power, and executing your plan is super important. Another thing I do, sorry, do you want to talk? Another thing that I do as well is words of affirmation, and I've usually put it at the bottom of my board. And if you don't know what affirmations are, it's just words that reminding yourself of like who you are as a person, affirming who you are as a person, your character, so you don't lose focus of who you are too. So like things like I'm confident, I'm strong, I'm whatever. So affirming yourself and reminding yourself that you're worthy, you know, that you can do these things. So you don't always necessarily have to hear it from someone else. Learn to love yourself and tell yourself those things and believe in them too, because that's super important as well. If you want to reach goals, you got to believe in yourself. That's the biggest, like, you can't rely on other people to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. So words of affirmation is one thing that I found that helped me when I started my AP journey. That was a huge thing for me. And just knowledge, researching. I had no one telling me what to do. I just learned everything on my own. If I wanted to know what times I should post or when I should post or what kind of content I should do, I just had to do it. And it was just literally like, is it going to work or is it not going to work? It's not going to work. Cool. What can I change now? How can I improve? You know what I mean? So again, it just comes back to knowledge is power. It's just trial and error. That's what I was trying to think of. Trial and error. That's all it is. Trial and error. Yeah.
Also, another thing, you probably don't know, you can talk things into existence.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So yeah, like I feel as if I attracted her into my life, because I used to always say, like, to myself, I'm gonna attract someone that's the same goals for me. Oh, not same, but similar goals for me.
Similar mentality.
Someone's on your social media, try to build the social media, and you know, someone who can, you know, understand how I'm as a person and accept it, and not be willing to change, but be willing to accept it into their lives. And
yeah. The cute guy, yeah?
No.
Cute guy.
No, but
like, 100%.
Yeah, because like I was gonna stay single until, you know, I didn't care. Like I told my mom to be.
He even told me that he wants to, like, when we were talking as friends, he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay single
till I'm 30. I said when I'm 30, I'll start looking for a girl. But
and then in my head, I was like, I'm gonna be your future woman. You wait.
But yeah.
I trapped him.
So I feel as if I attracted her into my life, you know, because it's weird. Like as soon as I started thinking good thoughts, like I started saying to myself, I want to have a missus that does this, and a missus that will help me.
So speaking into existence doesn't necessarily mean speaking. Like if you're thinking it, that's as well. Like as long as you're thinking it, speaking it. I have a friend who literally, if they believe they want a Ferrari, they'll think about it, they'll see it, they envision it, they try to smell it, like every detail until you feel like you're in that car. You know what I mean? And it sounds stupid. Honestly, it sounds so silly, but it works. Like, it works. There's been so many situations between both of us where we've thought things into existence and speak things into existence and they've happened. Yeah. It's not just, like, you're attracting that energy. The more you do it, the more...
Yeah. One important thing I gotta say is, you can't just think it and kick back, like, just, you know. The main thing is, the most important thing is taking action, you know. You can have a million have a million ideas, you know, but if you're not gonna take action and try to, you know,
execute your plan.
Yeah, execute your plan.
You're not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah,
you can't just. That's the same kind of logic with anything though. Like you can't just think, oh yeah, I want to look great, but not go to the gym and eat well. Yeah. You're not gonna get the results.
Yeah, you gotta speak into existence in your head. You gotta have the right mentality, you know, and you also gotta take action. You know?
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. A good one, having the right mentality. You know what I mean? If you want to succeed and you want to be successful and you want all these things, you have to have that mentality. You can't just say it and not want it. You have to want it like wholeheartedly and work towards it. You know what I mean? Write goals down that are working towards that specific thing that you want. And no goal is too big. No goal is wrong. Like there's nothing you can write that's impossible. You know what I mean? Nothing's impossible. As long as you believe in yourself, that's the biggest thing.
Like us, we're gonna have a G-Wagon.
We are. We're gonna have a G-Wagon. We will. And that's another thing too. If you have a partner, like say if Tony has an idea, I never say he's got a bad idea. No matter what it is, I'll just say to him. He'll tell me, and even if I think it's too far-fetched, I'll say, babe, that's an awesome idea. What about if we do this, this, and this to get to that? I'll never, ever, ever put his ideas down, no matter what, and vice versa. He will do the same with me. So if you have a partner as well, don't ever put your partner down. Don't ever make your partner feel less than. If he or she has an idea and you're not feeling it, in a way where you're not putting them down, but you can still do that idea in a different way, if that makes sense. Because there's always other ways around it, and might not necessarily mean, like, he might say, what's an example? What's a car that you want? Like, so I want a Lamborghini. Okay, cool, babe. What can we do to work towards that Lambo? Maybe we can do this, 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 and this to get there. You know what I mean? I'm not putting him down. I'm not saying he can't have it. I'm saying, what can we do to get to that? You know what I mean?
And there's heaps of ways of making money. Heaps.
So many ways. So many.
There's enough money in this world for everyone.
No, seriously. If you can think it, you can have it. And saying that too, not everything is about money as well.
Yeah.
If your goals are just to be happy and content, then that's your goals, you know what I mean? But this here, what we're writing right now, our vision board is to be rich in health, rich in wealth, and just in our relationship as well. So we want to be healthy, fit,
financially stable,
provide for our families as well as ourselves, and just be comfortable and be happy. Be happy together and do it together.
Yeah.
It's boring doing it by yourself.
And
And make me laugh.
No.
That's pretty much our vision board. Just a quick run through. So write down your goals, short term, long term. That's a big tip right there. Short term, long term, not just all long term goals. Make sure you set little goals on the way, stepping stones, so you don't get lost. Study, Google, research. Knowledge is power. Without execution, it's worthless. Words of affirmation. Make sure you always remind yourself that you're worthy and you can do everything that you're planned out to do. And be happy. Be happy when you do it. Realize that it's not too hard. You can do anything that you put your mind to, and there's no wrong idea.
And also enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process. Trust the process. That's a big one. Alright, if you guys have any questions, make sure you drop them in the comments below. We always love to hear about what you guys have to say. If you need help with anything, feel free to DM us at _
Love to help.
Life.
Even though we need help.
Yeah, we need help.
We need help. You need help. Jokes.
We're alive. Alright guys, until next time, it's your girl IP.
So it's a far. And what?
And a kiss.